Today I'm gonna go over stuff that we haven't gone over in a while, which is the OCG Metagame Report. So we have number 3 and 4. We also have a January 17th to the 23rd as well. So the new products are Dimension Force and the V-Jump promo, Changshi the Spiritualist, and as we can see, Branded Despia is the best deck in OCG next to Adventurer Tenyi. And then we have everything else like Tron, Flunderies, Endymion, Sky Striker, Adamantimators, and more. So let's take a look. So looks like we have looks like about 41 Despia decks, 19 Adventurer decks, and if we look in the Despia decks, we have 31 Adventurer branded Despia, 8 branded Despia, 1 Fright for branded Despia, and 1 Shadal branded Despia. Then for the Adventurer Tenyis, we have Rose Dragon Adventurer Tenyi and Adventurer Tenyi. Then we have Tron, Flunderies, and Endymion. Sky Strikers, people are running Therian Sky Striker, a person actually, over the DPE Sky Striker because DPE's fusion card got banned. Now afterwards we have 5 Adamantimators, some of them being Grass and Punk. Others we have Eldritch being Adventurer branded Eldritch, and Grass branded Dragon Maid Eldritch. That's a deck that's one thing I had to find. With Tri-Brigade Lyralist, branded Tri-Brigade, I'm definitely going to want to see a deck list of branded Tri-Brigade, Sword Soul, and everything else. So there's so much. Adventure is a new splashable engine that's tons of decks are playing. So is branded as well. So we have branded Despia, and as we can see, he ran 1 branded XL in the side deck, a new card from Dimension Force. That is a great mirror match. It's essentially another copy of Super Poly being able to fusion summon by banishing fusion materials listed on it from either field. Have it branded in its name makes it searchable by Luber and Albion. And you can also be salvaged by Despian Tragedies. So if we look at its list, he is not running any of the Dramaturge, which is very interesting, but he's still running Adlibthum because it special summons from Banished or Graveyard. I think it's the better of the two because it summons back your materials if needed. Other things is that Water Enchantress and Rite of Armesia, they're both at 2 in the OCG, but the engine is still going strong because instead of a 9-card engine, it is now a 6-card engine. 8 to 6, so it's not really that big anymore. It's super small and it can be fit into a lot of things. Other things to note in the extra deck, he's running 2 Mirror Jade, 2 Rebellion, 3 Albion now, 2 Dragon's Tapalia, 1 Masquerade, 1 of your Desmian Quiritis, 2 Guardian Chimera, the most broken card from Battle of Chaos, the Link Spider, and the Verte to round up the extra deck. Verte is a nice option now because it is an immediate backup with your Brave token stuff to go into something like a Mirror Jade if needed. In the extra deck, I see him running the 1 Alpha, the 2 Nibiru, Token Collector because Sword Soul, Drill Lockbird because it's a very good card, Twin Twisters, the Feather Dusted, the Lightning Storm, and D Barriers, and the Exile. Now, if you guys don't know all about branded Exile, it is a very wonderful trap card for the whole entire deck because it targets a Despia monster or a level 8 or higher fusion monster in your graveyard, special summon it, then you can apply the following effect. Fusion summon 1 level 8 or higher fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing materials listed on it from either side of the field. So if your opponent has multiple fusions, you could trigger this, summon out your level 8 fusion, and then use your opponent's stuff, which I really like. After this, we have Adventurer Tenyi. Now, as we can see, 2 Wandering Griffin Rider and 2 Illegal Knight is a new card from Dimension Force. Wandering Griffin Rider being a quick effect, and Illegal Knight can both be special summoned together while controlling no monsters by chaining their effects together. The same can be performed with Tenyi monsters, but since Tenyi's monsters are initiation effects, they have to go on chain 1, then Griffin Rider or Illegal Knight goes on chain 2. These will put 2 level 7 monsters on the board, and you can make Galaxy Tomahawk to go into Auroradon, which is one thing we cannot do. Use Illegal Knight's second effect on your opponent to return 2 opponent's cards to the hand would give the opponent control of Illegal Knight, but if it's doing it on your turn, you can use Draco back, the Rideable Steed. Second effect to return Illegal Knight back to your hand, so your opponent pretty much negs 2 on the board. Overall, I am scared about this list, but luckily, the longer you look at it, more cards are banned in it in the TCG. So we have 2 Wandering Griffin Riders, 2 Illegal Knight, and 2 Water Enchantress. We have the newly forbidden Arch Nemesis Protos over in the TCG, 2 Ashuna, 2 Vashuda, and then the 1 Adhara, 1 Long Wong, and 1 Taya, because these 2 are the best Sword Soul monsters that are outside of their deck. 2 Chaiwin from the Yangzing series, 3 of the Rose Dragon, and I think that's 1 Rox Rose Dragon as well. 2 Oline and 1 Jet Synchron, both banned in the TCG, along with the Maxi. We have Triple Ash Double Veiler, 2 Rite of Armesia, 1 Journey Destiny, 1 Dracoback, 1 Sword Soul Emergence, 1 of the Rose Dragon spells. I'm trying to remember this one, but it's a very good card. Double Cross Out, 1 Called By. 1 Foolish, 1 9 Paralyze, and a Vanities, which is also banned. Now, the extra deck also contains a couple banned cards. So we have Denlong and Yazi. Denlong's banned. We have Chizao, Baxia, Chaofeng. We also have Sovereignties, both of them, and the 1 Barone. A Galaxy Tomahawk, which is banned. Monk of the Tenyi, Almirage, Halka Fibrax, Barricade Board Blocker, and double Auroradon. I feel like Auroradon might be the next ban for them because of what a lot of decks using it. And the conclusion, Branded Despian Adventure Tenyi takes the lead this week. Branded Despia broke over 30%, which is more than twice the amount of Adventure Tenyi. And Dimension Force had a moderate impact to the metagame, mainly Branded Despia and Adventure Tenyi running a new card each in their builds, which is actually pretty cool. We have the Therian theme made a notable performance, and also just many others. So let's take a look at this. As we can see, 34% branded, 17% brave, and this is China. Road to the King covers Japan, while this site covers China. And as we can see, more Drytron here than over in the this one being 9. Well, this one only had 7. And then we also have Trireid, Endymion, Flundries, and others. So let's take a look at some of these lists. First off, we have Endymion in the OCG now. This is what OCG has to deal with. They have 3 Mighty Master, 3 Servant, 3 Spell Power Mastery. The only cards that are really hit on the ban list from this deck are Astrograph Sorcerer at 1, the 1 Electromite, and that's pretty much it. But as you can see, there's a lot of interesting tech cards here. You have Selene Electromite, the Absolute Zero with Vortex Dragon. You have Exoscode Talker, Nightmare Phoenix, or Nightmare Unicorn IP. They still have Starving Venom, Supreme King Starving Venom, Dark the Dark Charmer Umbral, Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon, and Overlord with Galaxy Controller, and the Beyond the Pendulum with Auroradon. Everyone's running a little Auroradon just to get the tokens out, just to do other plays. You have Guardian Chimera, and just a lot of other techs in here. We have Branded Predaplants, and this is a variant that's running around, and it's also kind of just a scary deck, because if you get a Dragostapalia, and this deck allows you to put predator counters on your opponent's stuff, so those effects are negated. We have the Pure Eldritch, well, Branded Eldritch. This is what the deck looks like, and this is probably what our deck's going to look like post-April. I am not looking forward to this at all. This is why I think Skill Drain shouldn't have come back to 1. Then after that, we have we have Invoked Shaddoll, which is actually very rare appearance. It looks very similar to what it is, and they have the 1 tech of the Cleafort Genius, and it just looks normal. After that, we have Branded Adventurer. More Branded Adventurer. Every single list that I've already covered, I'm just going to skip over because there's so much. We have a Marine Cess deck list, and this is very nice because it's running the new support from the legendary duelist Abyss, and it's nice to see this deck finally get some more play. This whole deck is pretty much Signet mining, but you also run the one Signet mining, which is very useful. Next, we have Tron. They still have 3 Benton, 3 Ava, and 1 Union Carrier to do a lot of shenanigans with it. And this is what our builds used to look like back in 2020, at the end, early 2021. After that, we have Adventurer Tenyi again. We have more Endymion. We have more Branded, but this is pure, or it should quote-unquote Shadal branded because they're running the one Shadal Beast, but this is more just Despia branded. We have a Flundery build, and it is running the new Number Exile. Exile? I don't remember the second part of the name, but what this deck does, let's zoom in real quick. You hard summon things like Rongominiad, or any of the higher numbers like Pain Gainer or number 100, because you run numbers to add up into the Rongominiad. So they still have this legal, and it's a format Rongominiad turn 1. They're also running triple prescription to call Ash Blossom, or really any other hand trap that needs to get hit. Afterwards, more Eldritch, pure Eldritch this time, and this is one of the things I'm not ready for to come to the TCG. I am not, with the triple skill drain. More Adventure Tenyi. Let's see. This, you can see, it's everywhere. We have Literalist Tri-Brigade, and this deck recently just got absolute slapped in the face because we lost the Samorg and the Recital Starling. Overall, this is exactly what the TCG list looks like outside of the Maxis and Tenkies and the crossout. So that's definitely one thing to note. Pure Eldritch. Any other decks? We have another Tron list. I'm trying to think of any other deck that there is because I don't think there's much. More Literalist Tri-Brigade. We have at Ignister here, and this is a deck that is both played in OCG and TCG here and there, and overall it looks kind of just similar to ours. Outside of like one call by Triple Maxi, and that's it. Afterwards, I'm just trying to find different deck lists. Here's a clearer image, so you can use one, so that's 2. You can also use 77, so that's 84, 86, right there. Because Rongo is a number. I don't know why they made it a number. We have more Branded Despia. Selling Great List. Looks like they're running the triple circle with double spinny, the one Gazelle, wherever it is. I don't even see a Gazelle. I see a mirror, which is odd, but it's weird not seeing Gazelle. Where's Gazelle in this list? Foxy, Spinny, Jaguar, Falco, mirror. Oh, the Gazelle's all the way down here. Why is it down here? I'm not gonna question things. Okay, here is a deck. This is Therian Branded Despia, or just Therian Adventurer branded, and it is a headache of a deck to understand for me personally because I don't really remember what any of the Therians do, but it's based around link climbing up into the Dramaturge, or going into things like your Draglubian to go into Hope Harbinger for turn 1 and ending with a Mirror Jade off the Verte. Afterwards, we have more Endymion, more Eldritch, Drytron, and all of that. Let's see. I think we're running out of lists to look at because there's nothing really more to look at because it's all the exact same 6 decks. Oh, here's a Sky Striker. Pure Sky Striker with linkage. This is actually a very fun deck. I really cannot wait to see what Sky Striker players can do with linkage when it comes out over here, whenever it does. But a few things are going to have to change with this build if you transpose it over here, because you lose out on all but one desires. You lose out on an upstart. You lose out on Chicken Game and Maxi. Also, we do have 3 Kagari, so you have to fiddle in that. So that's definitely one thing to think about. Witchcrafters. This is Invoked Witchcrafters. This is an interesting deck to see because we rarely see Witchcrafters as is, but this is a nice little deck to just think about and try, because even though it has the new cards, it definitely helps out the deck being the new fusion monster. More Tron. I am almost done scrolling through here, but we really haven't seen that much variety. That's my issue right now with the OCG. It's just all the same 4 decks, 5 decks. And this is what our meta is pretty much going to be like in the next 4 or 5 months. Because it's just all more Flunderies. That's nice. And that's pretty it. That's pretty much it. So I hope you guys like this little deep dive into looking at the OCG metas and deck lists. But anyways, I've been Bolt Spider. I've been going on too long, and see you guys in the next video.